Rasslin Productions. It's always relevant to us, damn it.
Good evening, buzzhumans, smarks, marks, global forcers, impactors, hipsters, trolls, dirt sheeters, and those with great balls of fire, and the rest of the Relevant Wrestling family as well. It's me, Joe Fortune, the senior editor and co-producer of Relevant Wrestling Productions. I am joined by the Terry Gordy, to my Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Tim, what the hell's going on, dude?
Nothing. It still cracks me up that you call me the fucking Terry Gordy.
Oh, bro, that's just one of the many.
Every time you say it to me, it cracks me up. And that's only the second time you said it to me, so we're doing pretty good.
That's right. All right, so let's give the listeners the scoop here. Because Relevant Wrestling is back on the sound waves, the airwaves. We decided to throw things back to our old format and bring the podcast. Flipping it up. Trying to bring the podcast back and slowly move back to the podcasting format platform. Seems to be a better way to reach all of you buzzhumans out there, so you can ride the buzzwaves with the most relevant and buzzworthy wrestling network around. However we can reach your ears, eyes, we're trying to do that. So we will still be doing video specials like Relevant Rundown, Relevant Wrestler, and WrestleFadeia. But yeah, but we've retired our roundtable title for now. We've retired possibly our predictions pool title for now. We'll see if we haven't heard from some of the champs. They're MIA, but that's okay, because we're still going to be bringing you awesome video specials like Relevant Rundown, Relevant Wrestler, WrestleFadeia, like I said, and we'll be doing this audio podcast thing. So let me get this out of the way and plug that social media. So again, you can ride those buzzwaves with us. You can check out all of the programming, like I said before, on the YouTube page. Which you should use to listen to this until we move on to more podcasting platforms. So make sure to smash that subscribe on the Relevant Wrestling Productions YouTube channel page. You can follow us at Twitter at Relevant Wrestling, hashtag Relevant Wrestling Productions, and like us on Facebook at the Relevant Wrestling Productions page on there. So, what happened? Bro, are you alright? Did you take a bump? Oh my god, this guy is already, this guy is like those luchadors in the videos I seen. Bro, you remind me, I seen this video the other day of a guy who lit himself on fire and then he frog splashed the guy, and I think the table must not have been a gimmick table because it didn't break, and the fucker was still on fire after he frog splashed.
Well, they're probably in Japan.
Oh, dude, it was some Mexican bullshit, probably like Crash or whatever. But enough bullshitting around. This is relevant. This is Relevant Wrestling. We plugged the social media. We told you what the new format is. We're going to get right into it. And like I said, Relevant Wrestling always wants to stay with the breaking news. This has been the hot topic of the last 24 hours or so. A-Double, Austin Aries, has been released by WWE and NXT. It's been said that he was granted a release. Some people said he was fired. Some people also said WWE came to him and asked, would he like to renew his contract? And he did not oblige. Are you surprised that Aries was let go? I mean, he did have a pretty great match with Neville back at Mania, so we'll always have that. I don't know, dude. I kind of feel like maybe he was injured too much and WWE was getting sick of that. I also feel like the banana and the sport coat gimmick was a little spent. What do you think, dude?
Unfortunately, as much as I love Aries, I think for someone of his size and stature, the ceiling's only going to go so high in WWE for him. Like, long gone are the days of like, oh, Rey Mysterio won the title. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm sure he would have been, as high as maybe a mid-card, maybe getting titles, if not just being like a good hand. And no one wants to just be a good hand anymore. So,
yeah,
it's more so shocking than anything. You know what I mean? It's like it just kind of randomly came out of nowhere. Like yesterday was a very, very buzzworthy, relevant day for wrestling. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah, it certainly was. And I feel like, I read that Aries, like you said, he didn't want to be pigeonholed as a cruiserweight. He didn't want to be stuck on 205 Live. He wanted to break the glass ceiling, but there's just so much going on right now in WWE. It's easy to get lost in the shuffle, bro. And I feel like maybe he's got an attitude, dude. He's known to have an attitude. When I was in Florida for Mania, people were talking about pretty much anything. When you're down there, you hear a lot of bullshit and a lot of people who think they're friends with wrestlers and probably are, but I don't know. Aries' attitude is something I've heard about before. I know he burned bridges in Ring of Honor, so that's not likely that'll go back there. Maybe Global Force, but I'm not sure. A double.
Yeah, but so if he left, even if he didn't go to Cruiserweight, and the other shows, the main shows are crowded as it is.
Yeah, I just feel like lost in the shuffle.
Fighting for the same titles. It's just unfortunately like a big rotation of the same guys.
Well, speaking of titles, another breaking piece of news that's been all over the internet today. I don't know if people are happy with it because they were expecting to see this match live on SmackDown next week on TV, but it doesn't matter because we like surprises and this kind of shit. But AJ Styles has won the United States Championship from Kevin Owens. He won it last night at MSG at a house show. That's pretty awesome, I think, Always a big surprise, to see a title change at a house show. I think that's great for Styles to get a win at MSG.
And it happened.
And new United States champion AJ Styles. It's pretty great, I kind of feel like this win might be a little bit bigger than his world title win, to be honest with you.
Why? Because it's really like cementing that it's the spot in WWE.
Well, yeah, and also it's
like, he's definitely gonna get the world title.
Bro, it's MSG too, and people might really not think. I think it's a bigger deal to win a title on a house show than it is to win a title on a main card. Because, it's more unexpected.
Yes and no, but I don't know. It all depends on how it's executed. Because, to me, from what I remember, the last house show victory championship, and it came out of nowhere, and I thought it was a little weird, was when Joe finally beat Balor.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago in Lowell, Massachusetts.
And, they had, that huge feud. Not even it was that long, but they had so many matches within a short period of time. And then out of nowhere, it was Joe's a champion. Which I had no issue with. But it's are you doing that for a surprise factor to because it's a house show and anything can happen? I don't know.
How many?
As much as I think it is good, it's the payoff for the people other than the house shows. It kind of kills it for the people that have been investing it that can only watch it on TV. So then you have this big moment of Joe finally winning that title. And, you know, they aired it on TV, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't have that same feel.
Well, then what I think they should have done is if they knew it was going to be a super card and be like 12 matches long and it was going to be an MSG. Exactly. It should have been a network special.
Isn't there a thing where they're like trying not to do network specials?
Bro, probably, maybe they're not trying to do them anymore because they don't want to give away too much for free.
No, they don't got shit on there anymore.
I mean, didn't Joe and Nakamura kind of trade the title back and forth for a little bit? I think Nakamura may have won it in Japan and then came back to the States and Joe won it back. I don't know. They've been flipping the titles a lot.
No, they flipped it between them.
Yeah, they flipped it between Joe and Baylor and then Joe and Nakamura. Nakamura. Well, speaking of Nakamura, certainly not feeling any sting from his long time departure. New Japan Pro Wrestling had their G1 special in the USA last weekend. They had 2 shows, Saturday and Sunday night. They had a tournament for a brand new title, their United States Championship. They really tried to, we've seen a lot of New Japan guys on Ring of Honor cards with the War of the Worlds cards and this and that. Some of the cards in New York City and Toronto. But this was the first official... First official New Japan shows under the New Japan banner in America. They had some pretty awesome matches. Cody Rhodes, who had just won a week prior the ROH World Championship, was taking on Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which Okada wound up retaining. There was a lot of great matches in the U.S. title tournament. I really enjoyed Kenny Omega and...
Michael Elgin.
Yup, Omega and Elgin. I enjoyed... kind of enjoyed Zack Sabre Jr. and Juice Robinson, even though I think he's a goof. And I've been called out before about calling Juice Robinson a goof, and a lot of people think that he's getting over, and I think that's great, but he looks like a goof. And I also thought something about the show. Well, we can talk about that in a minute. The commentary was pretty bad. I don't know if you heard about that. A lot of the wrestlers have been speaking out because the English commentary was pretty bad from Josh Barnett and Jim Ross. But I did like Josh Barnett's comment about Juice Robinson. His rainbow jacket might get him a lot of male fans. But yeah, anyway, the matches were awesome. Like I said, very great, spectacular. Final match between Kenny Omega and Ishii for the title. Kenny Omega wound up winning. He's the new U.S. champion.
Oh, Kenny Omega!
Couple weeks out from the G1 tournament. This was a great build for it. New Japan is really ready to start its United States branch. This was really a big success for them. Sold out. First and second releases of the tickets. They're planning to reopen the LA dojo or open a new dojo in the beginning of March next year. So, yeah, man, is New Japan ready to stake their claim in America and become, the West Coast answer to Ring of Honor and Evolve? And did you happen to see the show, dude, or did you read about the matches?
I read the recaps. I thought it was pretty good. A lot of people saying that Cody didn't deserve the shot against Okada, which I kind of agree. I have no issue with it, but it's more so like, when you get someone to face Okada in their first U.S. pay-per-view that has a little bit more prestige, with the New Japan Pro Wrestling as a company as a whole. Like, I think I was saying to you the other day, like, why it couldn't have been Naito.
Yeah, I remember we say why not swap, have Naito versus...
Cody.
Yeah, put Cody in the tournament if he's going to lose anyway and still keep his heat and be protected as a Ring of Honor champion, but...
Or they could have had, like, a crazy, like, 8-man tag. Like, Okada, Naito, like, Tanahashi and Marufuji versus, like, the Bullet Club.
Yeah, I guess they just felt like they needed to give the American crowd a title match, and, maybe that wasn't the...
Well, I know they had the title match the second day, but I feel like they were trying to appeal to them with wrestlers, and it wasn't, I don't know. It was fine. I had no issue with it.
I don't know. Maybe Cody's so relevant right now that they thought it would be good America versus Japan champion versus champion thing, but they could have done an all Japanese main event, and I would have been pleased with it. But I am excited to see New Japan come to America more often now. It'll be interesting to see if they try to do anything in LA or in the other LA, Louisiana, and New Orleans for Mania week. Maybe they'll try to do some collaboration shows or some standalone shows there. So kudos to New Japan, for riding those buzzwaves, staying relevant, and doing their American thing. Now another promotion that's been doing their thing, as odd as it may seem, has been Impact Wrestling. It seems that Jeff Jarrett has now taken pretty much full control of Impact Wrestling, and they're now running under his Global Force Wrestling banner. They had their Slammiversary pay-per-view last week, which although some of the results were spoiled by early TV guide listings. The match quality and the storylines were pretty good. Alberto Del Rio captured the Global Force and Impact Championship, so he, I guess, unified those belts. Some football player, D'Angelo Williams or somebody, wrestled the match, and I heard he did very well for only having like a week or two worth of training. And they had TV tapings a couple days after that. They think they taped up until to air enough stuff until August, because their next event that they're planning is a live X Cup tournament, so that should be pretty cool. TNA GFW, going back to some of the old TNA storylines and tournaments and angles. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I gotta give it to Jeff Jarrett for starting a company, selling the company, getting hired by that company, and then getting that company to buy itself again from him. What do you think about Jeff Jarrett, man? Is Global Force Wrestling a brand to be reckoned with, or is this just another step on the ladder in his pyramid scheme?
Dude, he could easily sell water to a fucking fish. Like, I don't know if he's got the gift of gab or whatnot, but hey, I think this last iteration could really give it a run for the money. But I think it's going to be one of those things again where it's going to get all this hype, it's going to do pretty good, and then once again it's going to be like, it's like, they were so close last time when they first took in Hogan and Bischoff and like really came at them on the Monday nights. But the problem is like, and I said this the other day, is that they should have had this pay-per-view and then off the air for like 6 months. Do some like a hard reboot.
Yeah, a hard rebranding.
Because like, oh, look at the new logo. Oh, it's...
Yeah, there's a lot of changes going on there too soon.
Like, it's the same thing. But, they'll definitely be could be a throw their hats into the fucking pool, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be one of those things that's just gonna go pew.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long before Jeff Jarrett is the Global Force Wrestling champion himself.
King of the Mountain.
King of the Mountain. Alright, well, we got a pay-per-view coming up this weekend.
What is it?
It's, goodness gracious,
Great
American Bash. Oh no, Great Balls of Fire. It's gonna be from Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center. Everybody already has seen all the memes regarding the name and the logo, the whole and this has got to be this was pretty much confirmed by Kurt Angle, who said that Vince McMahon pretty much just pops for this name. He thinks it's funny. He pulled the old cock and balls gimmick on us with the logo. So now we have to accept Great Balls of Fire and get ready for it to be a yearly event. We could go through Raw and analyze all that.
Those great balls.
But I think we'll just pick out some of the main parts of Raw that will relate to the pay-per-view and go from there.
Love you.
I got my my little notes here set with
potatoes.
all the results from Raw. So we can just start with some parts of Raw that we actually liked. Raw started out with a great in-ring promo from Enzo. Spitting that straight Enzo fire about his history with Big Cass. It was kind of weird how he said that he never really needed Cass to begin with. So kind of a little heelish. I don't know. It was kind of like a tweener promo from Enzo, but still a great promo. The guy is a great promo. You can't deny that. And then I did like how he attacked Cass after to get some heat back. What did you think about Enzo's promo, dude? Are you excited to see the match between them? Do you think that they broke up too soon, or?
Well, you can't teach that. No, I think they broke up at the right time. I think they got too stale, but I think the only reason they got stale is because they weren't doing anything with them. There was no competition or whatever you want to call it. I just hope it's more than just a one-off. That's it. Because you have, this tag team that has such a rich history, a story that you don't have to write. It's already written. It's already built. You don't have to do anything. The story writes itself.
Yeah, after they aired that video package with all their whole history and all the clips of NXT, that really sold it that, these guys have been buddies for a while. And, maybe they just felt...
You know what you do? And if they want to keep it short and sweet, have fucking Cass heelishly win at Great Balls. Do a second match on Raw, which makes it go to a third match, where Enzo, the second match, Enzo barely wins it, and then the third match at SummerSlam, whatever it is, steel cage, whatever.
I gotta see Big Show getting involved at some point too.
Annihilates him. Annihilates Enzo, and then Enzo goes out for a month or two.
I gotta see Big Show getting involved at some point too, because he was accused of being Cass tried to frame him as the attacker.
The Big Slow.
Yeah, I don't know, and maybe if Cass could get a win over Enzo and Big Show, it'll really cement him as a singles guy. I hope he's gonna get a push. I don't know. I feel like Enzo might just get relegated to 205, which is fine. But he does have a good character, and I like characters, so. After that awesome promo, had a women's tag team match. Sasha Banks and Bayley defeated Bliss and Nia Jax.
Match.
I don't know. Kind of thought it was a dumb match. I get Sasha going over so that way she looks strong going into the pay-per-view, but I didn't like that she tapped Bliss out. I don't know who they're really trying to put the focus on here in the women's division. Is it Bayley? Is it? Because a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
it seemed
Dude,
like...
Bayley's like the next champion.
A couple weeks ago, it seemed like Nia Jax... Seemed like Nia Jax had a pretty good angle going with Alexa, but then Nia Jax lost that gauntlet match last week, so I don't really know what they're doing with that.
I'm sure Jax is gonna be her SummerSlam opponent.
So then that would mean that we see. I think Bliss will probably retain on Sunday at the pay-per-view. Also, I hope she does.
Yeah.
She's one of the best things going on Raw.
I bet Jax will save her.
After that, what is this? Braun Strowman, he demanded competition from Kurt Angle. Video package for Joe and Lesnar. Cedric Alexander defeated Noam Dar. Don't really care about that, except Alicia.
He's still fighting.
Yeah, because 205 Live is gonna win the Buzzy Award this year for Flop of the Year. Miz and Maurice, who won a bunch of Buzzy Awards last year from us and is just gold, with his beautiful wife Maurice and his little crew, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
Okay. Stop it. Stop the tracks for a second. So can we talk about what is up with fucking Bo Dallas? Like, seriously.
Bro, he's got like three looks going on.
Axel was like nicely dressed, like I thought he was playing a good part. Maybe he could have been dressed a little bit better. And then you have Bo Dallas, who's got the beard, the bandana, the fucking one glove. The one glove. Like, fucking Bo Dallas. Like, you know what he should do? Cut his hair and shave the beard. He looks horrible with fucking long hair. Like, looks like a fucking hick with his spaced out teeth and shit.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they could have picked better people to be in Miz's entourage, but it gives.
But they had the.
It gives them a little something to do. Maybe. So this led to Slater and Rhino coming out and interrupting. Rhino probably ate some cheese and crackers with that gimmick. There was a pretty decent Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz and Heath Slater. I kind of wouldn't mind if Slater went over here just to, switch things up a little bit, but...
Well, The Miz did rip his pants.
Did he? I don't know if I caught that.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. More Joe malfunction.
Wow. So after that little Miz segment, I guess Ambrose...
We had Joe and Brock. Where you at, Brock? Where you at?
I don't know if that was yet, but what did they have? Okay, backstage was Titus and Cruz. Okay, so Cruz had to fight Strowman later. Little thing in the ring with Goldust and Truth. I still want to know where's the wigs and the robes and the glitter. If we're trying to go back to creepy Goldust.
No, it was just, I don't know. I think it's a half-assed attempt. It's aggravating. Like, that attack he had on R-Truth was so baby. Like, he hit him into the post once, and it was over.
Yeah, the first time the attack 2 weeks ago with the Golden Cameraman, that was nothing exciting, and Truth trying to get his heat back. Nothing really great there. As if we haven't seen this already 100,000 times, Kurt Angle has informed Sheamus and Cesaro that on Sunday they will defend the tag titles in a 30-minute Iron Man match against the Hardys. I'm sure we're really excited to see that match again, as we've seen it at every pay-per-view this year since WrestleMania, and on every Raw. Excited for that one, dude? Or I just want to, if they're gonna do the broken gimmick with the Hardys, let's do it. If not, then
well, if they can't do it legally, they
Yeah, well, split them up then. You know.
Oh, you.
Weren't they saying there was something floating around a couple weeks ago. Oh, Jeff Hardy gonna have a match with Brock Lesnar. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay. Maybe on Wednesday.
Yeah, more bullshit.
205.
Seth Rollins beat Kurt Hawkins in 8 seconds. That's.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
I don't really get Hawkins' gimmick. Rollins cut the same promo he always does on Bray Wyatt about how he's Seth freaking Rollins.
And then Bray just had some random promo and threw some such stuff in there.
Oh yeah, after Joe. See, now I want to see more from these guys. You know, Joe and Heyman and Brock, they had their little interviews, and Joe was in one room and Brock and Heyman was in the other, and then, you know, Joe got pissed and he tried to go find the room where Brock and Heyman were in, and he eventually found it, and of course everybody had to break it up. But dude, I gotta say, if you're paying Brock all this money and you're really trying to get Joe over as you're paying Brock all this money to be there, and you're trying to get Joe over as a heel, as the heel here, I guess, then you gotta have more between these guys. You can't pay Brock Lesnar all this money and use him for 30-second segments. I mean, I don't understand this booking from Raw where they just do 10 minutes of a little storyline and then blow it off. It's over for the night. You know, I want to see the chase. I want to see Brock and Joe beat the shit out of each other all night long. Of course, I'm excited, whatever, looking forward to this match on Sunday because for many people it's a dream match and it's a match people have talked about for 10 years wanting to see. But I feel like there could be a lot more build, and it's hard to tell who's the face, who's the heel here, and I'm really trying to buy Joe as somebody that can beat Brock. But like I said, I think they could have done a lot more with them to build this matchup, but it's happening anyway. Are you excited for this match? This big Haas fight between Joe and Brock, dude? Are you finally getting to see this?
I'm excited, but it's not like the build has done anything for me.
Yeah, weak build.
What?
Yeah, weak build for it.
Oh yeah, completely, and it's just last Monday it was good. It made me feel it, but I don't know. It's weird because it's there's no face heel dynamic to it. You know what I mean? I feel like Brock's playing the cocky heel, but it's coming off cool, and Joe is kind of this contender, what, you don't think I can beat you type thing. So it's not like he's a heel. He's almost he's the underdog. Well, who isn't an underdog when it fucking comes to Lesnar? So
exactly, but it'll still be an awesome match on Sunday. After that, in what was probably the match of the night, never unimpressed by Neville. Neville defeat Mustafa Ali. I love this guy, Neville. He could have the Cruiserweight belt forever because the Cruiserweight division is pretty much meaningless to me right now. I just love Neville's work. I'm sure you probably feel the same way. Get on that Neville level. Ride those buzzwaves with Neville. After that, like you were saying before, was that another cryptic promo from Bray Wyatt, except this time it was in the desert.
They spent some money and actually did the location shot.
Oh yeah, dude, but they must have had to got there at 3 a.m. before it was hot.
It's good. The promo, it's not like the promo's bad, but it's I feel like it's so left field, and then somehow pertains to the said person that he's fighting.
Yeah, dude, it's just the same template for him. And just fill in the Mad Libs, the blanks.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, that's the perfect way to say it.
So after that, the cool dude Finn Balor with the sweet jacket. Where is the demon? I don't know. had a good match against Cesaro. Hardys were on commentary, but then they came down. I got something here about Elias Samson. I don't remember him coming out, but just to touch on him as one of the only...
He distracted them.
Oh.
Balor, and then it fucking Cesaro popped him up for that European uppercut and clocked him.
I love this guy, dude. I really love Samson. I think he's like one of the few people that's actually translated over from NXT and pretty much kept close to his original, the gimmick that they had him with. He's got the look. He's big. He can cut a promo. He can draw heat. I love this guy. And I hope that they somehow weasel in a match between him and Baylor for Sunday, because I think that would be great. I think that would be really great to see. Because I walk with Elias. So the last segment of the night for Raw, thank God, Braun Strowman defeated Apollo Crews. Some highlights from this match was that awesome mule kick that Braun Strowman nailed Apollo Crews with and almost kicked him out of the fucking ring. Of course, like I said, Braun Strowman won. After the match, Titus got in the ring and he tried to run his mouth to Braun. And, of course, Braun was having none of that. And, there was an ambulance, I guess, up at the top of the ramp.
Alright, so how stupid is Braun? Like, seriously. Because he hit it, it didn't go, and then he looked in the door. How could you not tell that it was Roman Reigns in the door? How? You saw him look in the door like that. Like, hardcore looked in the door and then, like, waited for the door to open and then was like, oh my god, it's Roman Reigns.
Yeah, well, like, who else would it have been, Exactly.
No, exactly. And I get it. It's wrestling, but, like, come on, Braun. Come on, Braun. And then what? Oh, fucking, he threw him off the fucking stage. Congratulations. Dude was up before the end of Raw. Like, so what does it even matter?
Yeah,
I totally hates what Roman did.
I just really hope that Braun goes over on Sunday. That's this match I am looking forward to see. I just like to see these guys beat the shit out of each other.
I think it's stupid for Braun not to go over because if Roman loses, it's not going to kill his momentum.
Yeah, exactly. But it will kill Braun's momentum because what else?
Oh, yeah.
And I think
kick this dude's ass for months.
And I think that Braun should fight Brock at SummerSlam and lose, even though I know they're probably just gonna do Roman and Brock at SummerSlam. But that's them. So that's it for Raw. Now we could touch a little bit on SmackDown.
Shut down.
Yeah, exactly.
About to get all rated R.
SmackDown was from Phoenix, from the Talking Stick Resort Arena.
What?
That's what it's called, bro. Talking Stick Resort Arena.
That's probably for fucking...
Our boy, our dude, John Cena, returned to SmackDown. Yeah, how, what'd you think about that, dude? Were you, excited for Cena? I was more excited for Rusev, and I think the crowd was as well. And what do you think about them having a flag match at the SmackDown pay-per-view? Pointless match, dude. Stupid match.
Stupid? Why? If you're going to have a flag match, you should have that 4th of July.
But, like, what's the point of a flag match? Like, I'm going to grab your flag and wave it. I just hate those matches, and I just hate that they keep burying my man Handsome Rusev time and time again. Split him up from his wife, cut his hair, job him to Cena at a pay-per-view again. Same old, same old. So at least we got a pretty awesome.
John Cena.
We got a pretty awesome match from Gable and Styles, which I need to watch again. I've already watched it like 2 or 3 times, but I really like to watch it. Styles even put this guy over afterwards on Talking Smack. Gable, I remember, also had a really awesome singles match recently with Owens. I don't know, dude. All these tag teams seem to be doing their own solo thing and breaking up now. Did you see that match? Did you like that match?
Yeah, I like it. I just think it's weird just because, I don't know if it was the interview after or before it, but it was like, what about Jordan? Like, why? Like, is he hurt? Like, these guys haven't been on TV in so long, and then out of nowhere, it's like, Gable, which I'm fine with. I've always liked him, but it's just weird. Like, they only focus on so little, and they have so many people to work with.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy about the roster split, too, is, like, thank you. It's like, yeah, I hate to use this analogy because I don't even watch this show, but I think if there was an episode of Friends and there's, like, 6 or 7 main characters on there, you know, was there ever an episode of Friends where they didn't use, where all the friends weren't in it? You know what I mean? It's like, you split the roster, and you're still not using the people that are on your roster.
Oh, they could completely have, like, a third show.
Yeah, and they still wouldn't use everybody because they'd just be doing stupid shit. Like, splitting more teams up, like, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. You know, how many times are they going to get back together and break up? The only redeeming thing of SmackDown was the Carmella-bration. Gotta love that Carmella won the Money in the Bank twice. I love...
Nakamura and Jarrett.
Oh, yeah, we're getting to that. We're just trying to go in order here. I mean, did you... You know, now Ellsworth is suspended for 30 days for interfering, but...
Fabolous, yes. Diamonds on my neck.
Yes, I'm fabulous. Dude, every time I hear that song, I remember, like, the rapper Fabulous song, F-A-B-A-L. And I'm like, that's not... Oh, wait, that is how you spell it.
Always hate, ain't got no time to stress.
Yeah, and it just seems like, yet again, dude, just all the focus on the women's division, just on one girl. You haven't really seen anything from the other women. I mean, it's great. I love to see Carmella utilized like that. And like I said, women's division kind of weird on SmackDown as well. Naomi squashed Lana in 7 seconds. That really pissed me off. There goes all of the build for Lana's new character. Thank you very much.
But now we have,
yeah, we have a fucking glow stick belt and Tamina.
A garrote stick.
Yeah, the belt, it glows now. The women's belt. The women's belt glows.
Have a switch.
So Corbin and Nakamura. I like that segment where Corbin just beat the shit out of Nakamura. That's the kind of stuff that I like to see. One guy going over. Even though it got broken up. Then after that was a hysterical rap battle between the Usos and the New Day. When the New Day, when the Usos dropped the Xavier Woods line referencing the photo leaks with him and Paige. That was funny.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What is it before that mean? When they were talking about the fireman, but he's only 3 fire?
No, didn't he say that Xavier Woods said that he was 5'5", but he's only 5'3"? You're saying that he was short, and they lies, and that they bill him as bill him taller than he actually is.
Oh, I thought they called him a fireman.
No. Pretty sure it was about his height. After that, Aiden English. I like his gimmick. He does his little singing gimmick that he used to do in NXT. He got destroyed by Orton. I thought that was a deadly fucking DDT that Orton did. The Orton hanging DDT that he did off the announcer's table onto the outside of the ring.
One of my favorites.
Jinder came out. I feel like the ball has totally been dropped on him, which really sucks because I felt like he could have been an awesome heel champion. Orton called Mahal a jackass. Oh boy. The Tyler
debut of today, yo.
Yes, dude. Dude, these guys, they fucking split me up every fucking week, dude. They crack me up, bro. Tanae Young, you gotta be kidding me, bro. I mean, I don't know how I feel about them putting so many men in dresses, a little emasculating, but what are you gonna do? Fucking hilarious. Tyler Breeze and Fandango dressed in the hard hat. I like that. The real Renee Young interviewed Mike and Maria, like we were talking about earlier in the green room before the show. We want more focus on Mike and Maria. I love them, even though Mike's doing a little cuck ball in the bag bitch gimmick. I do like what they're doing there. I would like him to go back to the Mike the Miracle gimmick, but we'll see. We haven't seen how his wrestling style is yet. How he's gonna be, and is he gonna be aggressive? Is he gonna be a bitch in the ring? Is he gonna be a chicken shit heel? We don't really know yet. Is Maria gonna get involved? Yeah, we'll see how it is. Because obviously he's going to have a match with Zayn. Then the final segment of the night was the Battle Royal. The Independence Day Battle Royal, which Styles won. That was supposed to give him the number one contendership to the U.S. title for next week on SmackDown. But like we talked about at the top of this show, Styles wound up winning that belt on Friday night at MSG from Kevin Owens. So that was pretty great because I guess they plan for Styles to win that anyway. I got some notes here from and 205 Live. 205 Live, dude, nothing really to report here.
I don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm so stoned at that point. Rich Swann defeated TJP, Jack Gallagher.
I heard that was a really good match, though.
Yeah, I mean, as small as TJP is, I do like him. And, you got to remember he won the Cruiserweight Classic. He was my pick to win it, and I did like his heel work and Evolve and stuff before he came to WWE and NXT. So I think he's a good heel. Jack Gallagher defeat Tony Nese, and of course Neville defeated Lince Dorado. NXT. There was only 2 matches on NXT, but that's because the main event was pretty awesome. In the opening match, Sanity beat Hideo Itami and Cassius Ohno in a tag match. Obviously, they're going to build towards Itami and Ohno because Itami's really starting to tease a heel turn. The main event, I don't know if you saw that match too, but I thought that was a great old school face versus old school heel match. Roderick Strong versus Bobby Roode. A lot of people didn't see it. I do recommend it. I definitely do recommend it. A lot of people, a lot of the internets, the marks, they wanted to see Roderick Strong win. But I don't think they're just going to give it away at an NXT taping like that.
Hey, you never know, though.
I know. I shouldn't even say that because what just happened?
What just happened last night,
Exactly. But yeah, great match which saw Bobby Roode win with the glorious DDT. Actually, there was I failed to mention this. There was a dusty finish, which is again, just a great old school heel versus old school face story. I think these two did tell a really great story. Bobby Roode is just so much better than NXT and really needs to be on the main roster in a main event title feud immediately. So Strong pinned Rude at first, and the ref counted 3, but Rude's foot was under the rope. I thought that was really great because Strong's mother and his wife or fiance, whatever, were in the front row, right in the hard cam angle, so you could see them the whole time. And after Broderick ran out to celebrate with his wife, and Rude dropped him from behind, started mocking his wife. I thought that was pretty awesome. So yeah, pretty freaking pretty decent NXT. Because
the women aren't going to be on NXT anymore.
Well, all the women seem to be getting geared up for the Mae Young Classic, which I'm probably gonna do a preview on that. I don't know when yet because only half of the competitors have been announced, but they're supposed to start filming next week. Let's see what else. What other things can we touch on? Oh yeah, return. We didn't talk about this when we talked about SmackDown. I guess they're going to do Jinder and Randy in a Punjabi prison match at the SmackDown pay-per-view in a couple weeks. What is it? Battlegrounds?
Yeah, Battleground.
Punjabi prison match. Dude, I think we were in college and shit when they had these matches and we just didn't have pay-per-view, so we didn't watch or money to order this shit, so we didn't watch these matches. But
well, there's only been 2 of them.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. You think it's stupid for them to bring this gimmick back? I think it's kind of cool, to be honest with you. I never seen it.
Hey, mate, it's racist.
It's racist. Yeah, it's racist. All right, dude.
Punjabi prison.
Also on NXT, something we didn't mention. Mauro Ranallo is back with the company. Happy to see him back. I think that's a great role for him on NXT. Oh my god, yeah, I know. A lot of you guys.
I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah, but a lot of you guys gave him heat on some other shows that we did on like the first. One of the first episodes of Relevant Real Talk. I think you guys gave him some heat, and I think on Relevant Roundtable, you guys.
I think Jeremy told him to go kill himself.
Yeah, Jeremy kind of told him to get over it. But look, it was revealed that it wasn't due to bullying, so we're happy to have Mauro back.
Yeah, I heard that one before.
Yeah, also, let's touch on a couple little dirt sheet things here before we wrap it up. I know Primo Cologne is hurt, but the Colognes also seems like they asked for their release. I know that was going around recently. No real truth to that. We haven't seen anything yet. As we know, releases come on Friday, and Austin Aries was granted his release this past Friday, so I'm going to call bullshit on the Colognes asking for their release. Let's see. Something else that I thought was so funny this week that the marks were getting me so riled up about was all these pictures of Okada, dude. The IWGP heavyweight champion at Raw and SmackDown. Bro, these marks were having a field day with Okada wearing the Baylor jacket, chilling with Baylor. Oh, Okada's gonna sign with WWE. Why the fuck would Okada go to WWE when he's making $5 million a year and running New Japan and he's 28 fucking years old? Senseless to me, bro. You must have seen all.
No, why would he go there? Like, what is he gonna do? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, can the guy be a fan? Can he just go visit? And why is every time
they can barely utilize their main event seat now.
But my thing is, why every time somebody shows up at an event or backstage, it means they're signing with WWE. The guy's in America, what, once, twice a year? He's on the West Coast. The shows are on the West Coast, the Midwest area. Of course he's going to go visit his buddies because most of the guys that they're utilizing now are the fucking guys that were formerly in New Japan. So that that really aggravated me too, and I had to call bullshit on that. Another thing that cracked me up, to add to the hilariousness that is Global Force Wrestling, was when Paige was sitting in the front row during the main event wearing a luchador mask for Alberto Del Rio's title match. Everybody knows it was Paige because a bunch of people snapped pictures of her little ID card, and that had her shoot name on there, so I thought that was pretty funny. And if Paige isn't in enough trouble in WWE, I don't think showing up on Global Force Wrestling with the lucha mask on is going to do very much to, she's already in the doghouse. Something else I thought that was pretty shitty was that Tommaso Ciampa, his injury was worse than expected, and he's not...
Oh, I know.
Yeah, dude, he's not going to be back until at least March of next year. And that really sucks because Gargano is supposed to come back next week, and,
he'll be around, you know what I mean?
They just split them. God, WWE loves splitting tag teams this year. It's the year of splitting tag teams. WWE just split them, about to build towards that big feud, which I'm sure would see some good payoffs at the next couple NXT takeovers. But yeah, our condolences and positive vibes sent out to Ciampa, and we hope he gets back a lot sooner because we want to see the Sicilian Psychopath and Johnny Wrestling tear it up together. Speaking of NXT and all that kind of stuff, one more thing before we wrap it up. A lot of guys, what do I want to say here? Free agents right now on the market. Adam Cole, War Machine, that's Hanson and Rowe. Even though I think they are the New Japan Tag Champions right now. Or maybe Ring of Honor. You guys are going to have to correct me. Well, there's some speculations that they may go to NXT. Lio Rush, lost all his singles titles this past month that he had. Saturday this weekend, he has his last title shot against Davey Richards in CZW for the CZW title. So we'll see if anybody shows up in the crowd as they usually do at NXT TakeOver, but that's not for a few months. And yeah, dude, that pretty much wraps up everything that I got on our notes, for the first episode of Relevant Wrestling Weekly. I hope that all the buzzhumans out there dug the new format and are into the change. This should allow us to reach you guys quicker, stay even more relevant, keep you up to date on what's buzzworthy. Once again, before we sign off, I want to plug the social media. Make sure to check out all our programming on the YouTube page. Smash that subscribe on the Relevant Rasslin Productions YouTube page. Check out, smash it. Check out WrestleFadeia, Relevant Roundtable, The Buzzies, Relevant Real Talk. Relevant Wrestling Weekly will be every week and on the YouTube page until we move over to a more standard podcast format. Guys, kayfabe may be dead, but originality and diversity are not. Stay relevant and stay buzzworthy. Check us out on Twitter at Relevant Rasslin Productions, hashtag Relevant Rasslin Productions. Relevant Rasslin Productions is still real to us, damn it. And if it's real to you, then like us on Facebook at the Relevant Rasslin Productions page. This is Relevant Wrestling's 5th year pumping out content. This is our summer of buzz. As always, you never know what to expect. Tim, want to thank you, bro. I think we did a good job. I think the listeners will like our candid commentary, and
I As always.
And, it's always fun. We'll try to get some guests on here. We'll try to revive some of the dead members of the Relevant Wrestling family. And we'll try to introduce some new ones in. Again, like I said, want to thank all you amazing buzzhumans. We could not do this without you. Stay relevant, stay buzzworthy, and we are out.